Okay, this is our fifth and final slide in our brief civil rights unit. And we will start with I guess, the ultimate of ironies here. Um, the violent death of the ultimate peaceful leader. Dr. King was assassinated on April 4, 1968. He was in Memphis to give a speech. He was shot and killed by a white supremacist named James Earl Ray. And up in the top right-hand corner, you see a very famous photo here. There's Dr. King's body on the ground there. Well, not the ground, the floor of the balcony, I guess, and everybody pointing across the parking lot there from where the shots came from. This occurred at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, and the Lorraine Motel has since been turned into a civil rights museum. So if you are ever in Memphis, let me highly recommend. It's worth your time, worth your stop at the Civil Rights Museum there in Memphis to commemorate the assassination of Dr. King. Now, when Dr. King is assassinated, violence sort of breaks out all over the country, riots in communities all over the country over the death of Dr. King. And sort of leading that is a newly formed organization known as the Black Panther Party. Black Panther Party. This is formed, or founded, I guess, by two men named Huey Newton and Bobby Seale. And make sure you notice the Seale has an E on the end of it there. Huey Newton and Bobby Seale founded the Black Panther Party in 1967, late 67, and they took advantage. It was founded in Oakland, California, and they took advantage of a crazy law in Oakland that allowed you to carry guns on the street. So as you see in the picture here, this is Seale and Newton here. They would walk around with these shotguns, automatic weapons, and the Black Panthers sort of, if you consider that the Nation of Islam's message was, by any means necessary, we'll use violence if we have to, the message of the Black Panthers is that we actually prefer violence. It's our first option. And they targeted as their enemy white urban police officers. So, white police officers in big cities. And the slogan always associated with the Black Panther Party is "off the pigs." Pigs is a slang nickname for police officers. So "off the pigs" or "kill the police" was their motto. And 9 policemen were killed by the Black Panthers in just a little over 3 years in California. Another couple of names here that you need to be aware of. Tommy Smith and, whoops, there you go, John Carlos. They are 2 U.S. Olympic track stars, and you see their famous photo here. Tommy Smith and John Carlos won a gold and silver medal in a sprint event at the 1968 Olympics. During the medal ceremony, you see their medals are placed around their necks there, and while on the podium during the playing of the national anthem, they each put on a black glove and raise a black closed fist to the sky. That would become the symbol of the Black Power movement, that closed fist. Smith and Carlos get in a lot of trouble for this. The United States Olympic Committee bars them from any future competition in the Olympic Games. So they're banned from the Olympics, basically. Because they broke one of those unwritten rules. They brought politics into the Olympics. By giving this Black Power salute, they are making a political statement at an Olympic Games. And the Olympics had always been sort of that one place where you could, regardless of your race, your nationality, your political belief, your religion, whatever, you could go and compete peacefully without politics or any of that other stuff getting in the way. Smith and Carlos bring politics into the Olympics, and for doing that, they get banned for life. Okay, lastly here, another name, a lot of names in this unit. Just tell you now, you're going to need to know them. It was a man named Stokely Carmichael, and this is him down in the lower right-hand corner. Stokely Carmichael had been a former leader of SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. But during his nonviolent protest, he had been arrested and sent to jail 27 times. 27 times sent to prison for protesting. And he began to wonder if maybe the nonviolent approach was actually working or not. Maybe it wasn't accomplishing anything. So he leaves SNCC, he separates himself from SNCC, and he will begin the Black Power movement with the message that black is beautiful. He encourages people or black people, to start sort of uniting, recognizing their own heritage, unite as a people to build a sense of community. A call for black people to define their own goals, to lead their own organizations, that it's time to stop being ashamed of being black, that black is beautiful. And the Black Power movement would be sort of a direct opposition to that peaceful nonviolence that Dr. King preached his whole life. Okay? So we've sort of come full circle here. In our civil rights movement, from the very beginnings, the ultimate nonviolent protests of Brown versus Board and Rosa Parks, to wanting to integrate with white people the message of Dr. King, peaceful nonviolent protesting, to Malcolm X and the black Muslims and by any means necessary, and now the Black Panther Party with their Off the Pigs, targeting police officers as the enemy. We've sort of started at one end and ended up at the complete opposite end during our civil rights movement. So that sort of bridges the 1950s and the 1960s. Before this unit, we did the 50s. After this one, we'll get into the very violent, very turbulent decade of the 1960s. See you then.